Alien Romulus is coming out now, and with all the different Alien movies and games and comics that we've seen, well, let's just say that there are a whole lot of different Xenomorph variants out there. And today, we're going to take a look at all these Xenomorph variants and rank them all from weakest to strongest. So let's get to it. The egg is where the Xenomorph starts out. They can lie dormant for thousands of years, all while detecting any movement or vibration around them. Even your scent can activate the Facehugger inside. Xenomorphs are also so smart that they'll leave eggs lying around as traps for unsuspecting prey. The next stage of the Xenomorph, the Facehugger launches out of the egg and latches onto the nearest living thing. Doesn't matter if it's an animal, a human, a predator, or any type of alien, the Facehugger wraps its fingers around their face and its tail around their neck. They're nearly impossible to remove without killing the host, and the Facehugger does end up dying after successfully implanting the embryo. The larger and more rare type of Facehugger is the Royal Facehugger. It's designed to implant a Xenomorph queen embryo instead of just a normal alien. Continuing on with the Xenomorph life cycle, the chest burster is an infant Xenomorph which is born by biting and tearing through its host ribcage. It won't take long before the baby Xenomorph starts to rapidly grow, but until then, it tends to run away and hide to keep alive. The newborn is definitely one of the weirder Xenomorph variants out there. It's a part human, part Xenomorph hybrid that actually views the Ripley clone as its mother. It's hard to call the Deacon an actual Xenomorph, as it's more like its cousin. It was created from an engineer who was facehugged by a special type of facehugger, creating this variant. Still terrifying and still very dangerous. The Neomorph also isn't a Xenomorph, but it's another close relative. Created from the events of Prometheus, after Covenant crew members were infected with a mysterious substance, Neomorphs began to grow inside of them. In their adult forms, they're white instead of black, and very fast and very aggressive. However, unlike the true Xenomorph, they don't have that famous inner mouth. The Xenomorph Runner is a special type of alien that's born from any type of animal that walks around on 4 legs. See, Xenomorphs have some DNA reflex, meaning they're able to inherit some different traits from their host. And runners aren't just able to go around on all 4s, but they're very fast and very aggressive. The Xenomorph Drone, or the Xenomorph Warrior, is the most common type of Xenomorph out there. They're incredibly smart and incredibly dangerous. They can be considered the ultimate apex predator, one of the most dangerous beings in the universe. They're incredibly stealthy and are perfect hunters and stalkers, but are also known to attack in massive groups if they have the numbers. Burster Xenomorphs act a lot like the runners, very agile, very aggressive, and they're known to attack in large groups. They attack with their claws and their teeth, but the most dangerous attack is actually when they're killed. Their head will explode and shoot acid everywhere. All Xenomorphs can spit acid to some degree, but spitter Xenomorphs have specifically evolved to spit out acid at enemies with incredible accuracy and over long distances. Prowler Xenomorphs are, again, pretty similar to runners, but are a lot more heavily armored and durable. They're known to leap on top of enemies or prey. Once they're on top of you, well, they're nearly impossible to get off. As Xenomorphs are known to take attributes from their prey, well, the gorilla alien is obviously a lot like a gorilla. Incredibly big, incredibly strong, and constantly walking around on all 4 legs. However, where the gorilla Xenomorph does have a lot of power and strength, it might not be as smart or as stealthy as the more traditional Xenomorph. The Pred alien is just what it sounds like, an alien born out of a predator. The Xenomorph gains the predator's size, aggressiveness, even its dreadlocks. They have a sort of blood feud with predators. The Yucha see them as a disgrace and abomination, so the predators always go out of their way to hunt them down as quickly as possible. Born to defend the queen, the Praetorian is the royal guard for their queen and her eggs. They're much larger and much tougher than the normal Xenomorph drone, although not quite as tough or powerful as the queen herself. The Space Jockey alien is a Xenomorph that comes out of an engineer, but unlike the Deacon, it's when a regular normal facehugger is able to attach itself to an engineer. Space Jockey aliens are huge and monstrous, bigger than Praetorians, and able to rip apart Xenomorph drones with ease. The Crocodile alien comes from Batman vs. Aliens. It's ridiculously big and comes equipped with a massive tail and some pretty big jaws too. But considering that this thing was trying to take down Batman, well, it really stood no chance. Although Batman was forced to break his no-killing rule as he had to drop the Crocodile Xenomorph down into a volcano. The Xenomorph King isn't found in the wild. It was actually a mad science experiment in an attempt to create a bigger and tougher version of the Alien Queen. When the Alien King was unleashed on an alien hive, you would think that the King and Queen would mate and create a new super Xenomorph. Well, that's not what happened. Instead, they had a fierce fight to the death, and while the Alien King held the upper hand, being stronger and more aggressive, the Xenomorph Queen proved to be smarter, and she was ultimately able to come out on top. The Xenomorph Queen is one of the biggest versions of the Xenomorph out there. She's the leader of the hive, as well as the mother to all the Xenomorph eggs and the facehuggers lying inside. The queen is usually sitting on top of her egg sac, which actually looks a lot like a throne with all the spikes sticking out. But when she needs to, she can take herself off it, and she's an incredibly aggressive and agile fighter, ready to do anything to protect her young and defend the hive. The Queen Mother is the ruler of the entire Xenomorph species, located on the Xenomorph homeworld. She's the biggest Xenomorph we've ever seen, probably the most dangerous too. She's a telepathic link to all Xenomorphs across the galaxy, and could summon and control the Horde with just a thought. The Woman in the Dark, this mysterious Xenomorph deity, is supposed to symbolize the ultimate consequence of mankind's relationship with the Xenomorphs. The goddess appeared in nightmares to different people who were taken over by facehuggers, with it being said that she was looking for them to come join the fire with her. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.